Welcome to part 2 or 3 video showing my Logitech Yoke setup for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. On the screen you will see a list of what we will be setting up. Mode 1 for character control, camera views and flying. Mode 2 for radio and navigation. And Mode 3 for startup and lights. It's all listed out on the screen. The first thing is to install the Logitech Yoke software, which converts the yoke buttons into key presses. You can download the Logitech Yoke software from the link in the description below. Download and install the correct version for your operating system. Run the program to install it. After installing, look for the Yoke icon in your system tray. Don't bother downloading the profiles pack because they relate to versions older than Flight Simulator 2020. Next, you can download my Cessna 152 Yoke profile from the Google Drive in the link below. Save the profile to Users, Public, Documents, Logitech Flight Yoke System. Copy it from Download to there. Then go over to System Tray, hover over the Flight Yoke System icon, right-click and select the profile. The Logitech icon will go green. If you want to disable the profile, then just right-click and select Clear. If the icon disappears, first double-check the yoke is connected to your computer. Then try restarting Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And the last option is restarting the computer. That's always worked for me. You can download a reference chart of all the controls in the profile from my Google Drive. Here's what it looks like. In the hidden columns, you can see the key presses that are generated. The normal text ones already exist in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The bold italics ones are the ones that need to be added. You will see in cell H39 that the number of buttons used is 87. There is space for you to add more functions if you want. Next, you want to set up the yoke control to match mine. In the settings, select Logitech Yoke Pro Flight Yoke. It was the Logitech before Logitech bought it in 2016. For the general control, select Logitech Pro Flight Yoke 2024T, duplicate that, and save that as General Cessna 152. For airplane controls, select Logitech Pro Flight Yoke 2024P, duplicate, and save that as Airplane Cessna 152. On the filters, you see none. Click until you see assigned. And then we want to delete everything except for elevator, aileron, and mixture. So select that, press backspace, 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 backspace. Now that we have cleared everything out, I'm putting in my yoke settings. You can download a spreadsheet with the settings from my Google Drive. I've bolded the letters you need to type in to bring up the action. Don't forget to set filters to none. IT space L for cockpit look down, look left, look right, and look up. W space D for your drone left and your drone right. H space D for pitch drone down, pitch drone up, and slew pitch down. W space P for slew pitch up. W space Y for slew your left, slew your right. L space view space L for external view, look down, look left, look right, and look up. E space AX for throttle axis. E space X for rotate X-axis. E space Y for rotate Y-axis. And that should complete all the yoke bindings. I will just scroll through my settings on the yoke so you can see what I've got. I've tested that these settings will work without conflicting with the Logitech Yoke software. Lastly, we need to add the new key bindings. You can download the list of new key bindings from my Google Drive. So I'll just select the keyboard, set filter to none so you can see all the controls. You've got the keyboard 2024 transversal, select, duplicate, and change that to General Cessna 152. And also this one, keyboard 2024 planes, change that to duplicate, change that to airplane Cessna 152. And going back to the list, I'll just work my way through it. E space FL for decrease flaps and increase flaps. Theta to delete W and S on elevator down and up. Aileron to delete A and D on aileron left and right. CE space O for set anti-ice off and on. E space CR for toggle crouch, replace num1 with Q. E space RU for toggle run, replace num3 with E. UPP for cockpit view upper. E space COC for decrease cockpit view height, increase cockpit view height, translate cockpit view backwards and forwards, translate cockpit view left and right, and toggle cockpit view. 120 for cockpit quick view 120 degrees left and right. T space CU for load next custom camera. S space C for load previous custom camera. E space EX for toggle external view. A space 0 for load custom camera 0. M space E for unzoom external view and zoom external view. T space FI is for next fixed camera. T space INS is for next instrument view. S space F is for next fixed camera. S space I is for previous instrument view. FIX is toggle fixed camera 1. E space TAR is reset drone target offset. E space TOP is drone top-down view. One space F for increase and decrease ADF1 frequency hole. Decrease and increase COM1 frequency fraction and carry. Decrease and increase NAV1 frequency fraction and carry. And toggle engine 1 fuel valve. Two space F is for decrease and increase COM2 frequency fraction and carry. Decrease and increase NAV2 frequency fraction and carry. One space OB is decrease and increase VRO1 OBS. Two space OB is decrease and increase VOR2 OBS. E space transp is decrease and increase transponder 1 and carry. NSM is select COM1 transmit and select COM2 transmit. One space SW is for COM1 swap and NAV1 swap. Two space SW is COM2 swap and NAV2 swap. M space RA is decrease and increase sim rate. TIM is decrease and increase altimeter. IFT is decrease and increase heading indicator drift. L space Q for adding fuel quantity. E space PRI for toggle primer 1. R space A for toggle master alternator. R space B for toggle master battery. E space mag for decrease and increase magneto. E space VI for toggle visual assistances display. T space H for toggle pitot heat. V space L for toggle nav lights. E space ST for toggle strobes. E space BE for toggle beacon lights. E space TAX for toggle taxi lights. E space LA for toggle landing lights. GLAR for toggle glare shield lights. CAB for toggle cabin lights. Let's go back and save your hard work. That is all the settings you need, and now you should be able to do all the things I showed you in the first video, which I will now record to make sure it's all working properly. If the controls partially work or don't work, check that the flight yoke system icon is green. Click T6 to reset your view. If that doesn't work, then use toolbar, camera, reset the camera position. If that doesn't work, then restart Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. If that doesn't work, then restart the computer. That has always worked for me. Please like the video to help the YouTube algorithm. If you want to add, change or delete any commands, then you can watch the following video.